Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ando, and so today we have got some new news about the Mandalorian, and so we are just going to. I know plenty of people have read it, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about the characters, and then the number one thing that I want to see from each one of them. Comment down below on what you guys would like to see happen with that kit, and then we'll also talk about a little bit about the Empire Strikes Back and kind of where I think that could go, and maybe maybe you guys comment and see where what you would like to see from Empire Strikes Back. Okay, so we know the Mandalorian. I'm not going to read to you guys, but we know that we're getting Grief Karga now. Just from this picture alone, like I think that looks exactly kind of like what Newt Gunray does with Extortion. And I think that could be really, really cool. I don't think it would spread like Extortion, but it could do stuff like, you could call to assist if the person has like that puck put on them. It'd probably be called like, bounty or something like that. And it'd be like he'd be flipping a puck or something like that to someone. And it'd almost be like, you would mark them essentially. I don't know if they would actually call it a mark where you could not attack anyone else, but it would be cool because then you could add debuffs to them, potentially add buffs to your own contracts or your own stats to the bounty hunters that are in there or the scoundrels that are in there. So I think that'd be kind of cool. That'd be like the number one thing that I'd like to see, something sort of like a Newt Gunray extortion mechanic. Maybe probably not the spreading, but pretty similar. And then the next person we got is Cardoon. So this is a really cool one because they've already confirmed that she's basically a rebel and a scoundrel. No word on. I don't think she's technically a bounty hunter, and so I don't know if she's gonna fit with a bounty hunter squad. Not that we need another tank with the bounty hunters, but seeing as how Grief, Karga, and the Mandalorian, those guys are bounty hunters. I'm wondering to see if maybe that affects that synergy with them. But I'm super stoked about her. I kind of hope for a kit similar to like Clone Trooper and like a mix between her or Clone Trooper and Canderous Ordo, where you've got this mass AOE attack and maybe like a little bit of turn meter removal. They've already confirmed that she's going to have some anti-Empire stuff in her kit. So what the most dangerous thing about an Empire team, specifically, the Emperor Palpatine teams, but even also the Imperial Troopers, is that they gain a lot of turn meter. So having someone that could kind of reduce back that turn meter is really nice. But I struggled with this one because, although those kits are nice, the big thing that I really want with her is that she's a taunting tank. They have released tanks that aren't taunting tanks, and so hopefully she's a taunting tank because that's what that faction needs, and also really the rebels need, like a stronger taunting tank. That'd be something that really helps the assault battles out. So I'm really, really excited for her. And then like honestly, the character model that they have for her is actually really well done. I think it's way better than Galactic Ray's. So I'm pretty stoked to see that, and I'm pretty stoked that she's got this like repeater rifle on it. So yeah, that's the one thing that I really want to see from her is a taunting tank, but also maybe if she doesn't have that, at least being able to reduce turn meter. All right, and then we finally get to the main guy here, the Mandalorian. The number one thing that I want to see from this guy, and it has to be here, is I really, really want to see his big rifle, like basically, a cooldown effect, sort of like Nihilus, but at the very end, you get to pull out your big sniper rifle and just basically annihilate someone. And I think that would bring in such an interesting mechanic because there's so many kind of annihilates, like can't be revived mechanics in the bounty hunters already. You could really, really start to do work on some of those Night Sister teams. Because Boba Fett has targets can't be revived if they are annihilated. And then Jango Fett, anyone that he kills can't be, as long as you got the Zeta on him, can't be revived. And then now you would have a third in that same like bounty hunter faction that could do basically annihilate and not allow anyone to be revived. That would be really, really cool in my opinion. So now we'll go into a little bit like how I think each of them will be released. I think Grief Kargas and Cardoon are probably going to be marquees. And then I think Mandalorian has the potential to be a legendary, but also and this kind of goes with all of them. I could potentially see some of them being galactic chases. I know, I don't think we've had a character galactic chase. I think all of them have been ships, to my knowledge. Maybe there was one where it was a galactic chase character, but just by the way of like, even in the Mandalorian, TV series, a lot of people are looking for him. And I feel that's kind of like what a galactic chase is trying to replicate. So I could see that happening, and I think that'd be kind of cool if they did that. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about here is The Empire Strikes Back. Now, I really, really want some input on this because I kind of, this was kind of crazy here because I think a lot of the community was thinking, we're going to get a Clone Wars revamp because they said that they hadn't gotten to it yet. They just needed to get back around to it, and we all kind of assumed that they were talking sort of like a Mace Windu rework. So to see that not be on here is kind of strange. But they're talking about, Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back and how they're going to do something. So the things that I thought, could be done is events or units. So I think with that, with guilds moving away from Hoth TB, I think it probably offers maybe an assault battle type event like on Hoth, because that's another big place that's obviously in Empire Strikes Back. The other big place though in Empire Strikes Back is Cloud City. Now Cloud City, there's backgrounds and stuff of it, but there's not a duel. Like we don't have a Vader and CLS duel. That'd be really cool to see. Not like a 1v1 duel that we just saw, but like just like something that incorporates that whole moment. And then the other one that I think would be really cool is maybe like an assault battle on Cloud City, where you're fighting through different areas, and then it ends. I think this would be kind of an interesting mechanic where you, by winning or by losing, you win. The last mechanic is maybe you have Han Solo, Lando Calrissian, and Rolo, Rebel Officer Leia Organa. And, maybe the last stage is Vader with, a couple stormtroopers or something like that. And as soon as you kill the stormtroopers, Vader kind of freezes you or whatever, or takes away your weapons. And like maybe you get a cutscene into Han getting carbonite frozen or something like that. I mean, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be a different spin on things. Like, you don't have to actually beat Vader. You just have to kind of survive long enough for him to take your weapons. I don't know. It'd be interesting. But those are the two big events, and we've already got a whole territory battles, aligned to Hoth. So I kind of wonder if maybe Cloud City is where we're going. I thought about other places like Dagobah and stuff like that. There doesn't really seem to be much. I'm probably missing some areas, but I don't really know where else they would put something for Empire Strikes Back. Now maybe it's a unit. So the units that I could think of that we could really use is maybe like the Luke Skywalker pilot. And I don't know if they would give him Red 5. They might give him his Hoth, like land speeder, whatever you want to call it, that he has in the beginning. And that would maybe help out the Rebel fleet. But I'm not sure because I don't know if they're going to... I mean, Red 5 makes more sense, but I don't know if they're ready to release Red 5. I feel like that'd be something that Galactic Luke is going to have as his Red 5, but maybe not. And then I wanted to give a unit to the Empire because they are the ones that actually need a lot more love, especially now that Cardoon has Rebellion synergy. I feel like there's got to be an Empire character that we're missing, and it doesn't even have to be a big character. If you guys remember back to Range Troopers release, he was a marquee, but he actually transformed that Imperial Trooper faction into something that was useful again. So even just something small, like I don't know if we're missing a trooper. I mean, we've always got the snow trooper and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe just a rework of one of the characters. Hopefully they do something cool though, guys. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I just wanted to get the conversation going, see what you guys are doing. Join us on our Discord. The link is in the description below. And as always, give a like and subscribe, and then just comment down below on what you guys want to have happen for all this. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you guys next time.